Welcome to part 4, the final part in this review slash walkthrough series of the Castle of Jasoom game for the Commodore 64. Again, made by Quicksilver Limited and Accelerated Software in 1984. The guy that designed the game is Rick Madge. Now, I don't know much about Rick Madge. I did find out that he did another game like this, Dungeons of Baal, like I said, very similar feel. Dungeon exploration with finding power-ups and monsters and all that sort of stuff. He also did a couple other games. Let's see if I can find them here real quick. He did a game called Ghost Mansion 2 and 3. Very similar background, like the brick wall layout, but these games were more of the arcade collect them up, so pretty much trying to get a high score, picking up items and stuff. He also did a miniature golf game and a couple other ones there. As far as I'm just talking randomly because this room really doesn't have much in there, just different rooms as you see here, and the arrows and the food that I picked up. This room has a couple, I think 3 secret rooms, and you can pick up a vial as well as some food, so that gives you, a good little bit over 200 health. And yeah, my health energy is up to 1800, so pretty good. I feel pretty confident about this walkthrough that I was going to be able to get through it. Careful with the arrow over here coming up behind you, and then some walls that you need to avoid. And if you run into those walls, excuse me, they do give you, they do affect your health by 100, same as an arrow. So it's kind of tough, precarious situation over there, which you'll see I hit a wall and I get hit by an arrow, so I get 200 points knocked off here. Nope, maybe it doesn't happen. Maybe. Come on. Oh, darn it. That was a rough one. And you can see how easily it is to lose energy. I just lost 200 energy there in just a couple of seconds. So this room here, just trying to get to the bottom exit, there is a hidden room on the top right. It does turn black here, and there is a couple teleportation areas, so you got to be careful walking around. You can lose your orientation while you're walking around. But getting back to Accelerated Software, they had a few games out. Quicksilver, sorry, not Accelerated. Quicksilver. They were a British game software publisher, so this game probably did come out in the UK and Europe and not North America. They had some few games that were considered successes: Grid Runner, Bugaboo, Ant Attack, and Zombie. Sorry, I keep clearing my throat. Quicksilver was sold to Argus Press Software, and that ended up getting dissolved. I think that was kind of the same fate as Epix. Epix, EPYX, they had, Summer Games, Impossible Mission, also all of the awesome games for the Commodore, and if you had a Commodore, you had at least one title by them. They, I think, were bought out by a company, maybe it was Atari, I think, if I remember correctly. Something to do with the Atari Lynx that ended up failing, and then that's how Epix, was no longer. I will definitely have to read up on that, and I'm sorry if there was any incorrect information with that. And getting to this room here, you pretty much was turned into 4 guys, and you just need to figure out which guy is the correct one to exit. And if you just misjudge it correctly, you just end up getting sent back to the middle of the room, and then you can exit. I think you lost like 100 points here. But this door that I just opened up, I don't know if it was a key or a magic ring that allowed me to open it, or if I needed anything to open it, but we are very close to the Jasoomian Diamond. I'm just going to finish opening a bunch of rooms to gain some experience in this room. You can see it looks like I get 20 experience for each room I open up as I'm going here. Very quickly though, let me show you a little artwork of Castle of Jasoom. And it looks like there's awesome artwork on the front there. It's some good artwork done. I don't know who did that, but it looks like it says Norman the Warrior. So Evidently, the guy walking around, his name is Norman, and you're stuck in the Jasoomian Diamond. And also down below there, it said 36 screens with over 200 rooms. So they're saying 200 rooms with each of these passageways and rooms I'm opening up. 36 screens. You have 4 levels times 9 potential rooms in each level. That gives you 36. Now, on each level, there are, I'm not able to get to all 9 rooms, so I'm wondering, I would love to pick Rick Madge's brain and see if there's any secret way to get to those hidden rooms. So I don't know if it was misadvertised that way or if I'm just not missing it. Alright, so there's the Jasoomian Diamond and also a vial. Pick them both up. You need the Jasoomian Diamond to exit the game. And we're going to go back to where I needed to go in level 3 to exit this game. Unfortunately, that potion gave me very slow walking skills. So I think I'm going to fight a snake so that I can no longer be that slow anymore. And let me just show you the back of the artwork for Castle of Jasoom. More enemies here coming out. But on the back there, it does actually show screenshots of the game for the Commodore. I remember looking at boxes of artwork for games back then. The games always showed screenshots from other systems because, like IBM or the Atari ST or SE, I forget which one it is, honestly, or the Amiga, they would always show those screens because the graphics were just a little bit better than the Commodore 64. Even though the Commodore 64, I think, is awesome, especially the sound and the music for that time, just utterly amazing. So yeah, on the back here you can see the different, they actually showed actual screenshots and the blurb of everything I mentioned in the first video about all the backstory. So there's these 4 corridors here you have to go down. You have to go down that second one from the right, and that's the only one that will allow that key to show up. Now, when I played this the last game, I kept thinking, how the heck do I keep getting up to the top? Because all those passageways that were going up kept shooting me back. I kept hitting monsters, and I kept getting hit by arrows in the one corridor. But then I remember there's actually a hidden corridor here to the right I need to get to, and that allows me to bypass those magic areas and allow me to get to the top and get that key and get the heck out of this freaking level. Oh, man. Yep, just trying to get my arrows in a row. Come on now. Let's do this. Come on. Ah. Yep, good. Alright, enemies somewhat cleared out. I'm just going to get out of here and get back to level 3. While I'm doing that, let me just show you some shots of Dungeons of Ba. Again, awesome artwork on the front. And on the back, a little bit more of the backstory, so very cool there. I don't know if a manual was included in this, but this was actually made by Accelerated Software, and it looks like it was distributed in Canada this time, so this was released in North America. So a little bit strange that the one game was just released in the UK and the other one in North America. But I think this was also released in 1984, so maybe they were released simultaneously. I don't know which one was, or maybe one after the other, I don't know. But, cool artwork there on the Dungeons of Ba screen box as well. Alright, just working my way through this thing, trying to get out of here. Trying to avoid these walls. You just gotta time it just right to get through it without getting hit. And it took a little bit of timing. There's a bit of a timing issue with those. If you don't get you have to be exactly centered, and you also have to time it exactly right. I like how all the furniture too looks like super duper small compared to the guys walking around. Alright, so I'm going to take a brief break and we're going to load it up and get back to level 3. Alright, back to level 3. I just cut out the loading time. I didn't think it was productive to really just have you wait for like 2 minutes. In the emulator you can, and I did do this through Vice Emulator, because I don't own the game, a copy or the original. But you can see I got through that secret passageway, because that other top left passageway was a fake passageway. So yeah, did this in the emulator, but you can warp through the loading stages, but sometimes I think that throws off the audio as it's recording. So I just want to make sure the timing wasn't off too much with all the special effects, because the special effects really is what makes this game very cool effects. And before I leave this room, I want to make sure I get a potion just to get my energy up. And I think there's another room too with. I don't think there's anything in there. I think it just warps me back into the middle of all those creatures. So wise to get out of that room. Try to avoid them here real quick. Alright, so this room is a pain in the butt. When you walk around, when you're trying to go to the exit, these little blocks block your way as you're trying to get out of there. And it for the first time, for me to do this the first time, it probably took me a good 10, 15, 20 minutes to kind of figure out the right pattern on where to go. And you just need to walk just in the right areas. And there I messed it up. I didn't memorize it correctly, so I'm exiting the room again. You just have to walk just in the right areas, because if you walk just one pixel too far, you're going to activate whatever trap it is that opens up a block. So here, instead of going over to the right, I'm going to go down and over to the left. And if I'm careful, I should be able to get down through that bottom left area. Yes. Yes, that is it. Folks, we are about to hit the final screen in Castle of Jasoom. That's it. And a little disappointing because you only get to see the screen for, I don't know, how long was that? 3 seconds? Disappointing ending, but satisfying in the same way, because at least satisfying for me, at least, to be able to finally beat this freaking game that's been plagued me since I played this since I was, I don't know, 10, 12 years old. So very gratifying in that sense. And I don't know if there's any higher rank than Ruler of Jasoom, but pretty decent experience there. And if I have a chance, I'm going to do an addendum video to this game showing you how to backtrack to those 2 flashing sprites that opened up that one door, showing you that. I'm going to see if I can get back to level 1, where there was that one area that kept transporting me out of an area I couldn't access. I'm wondering if one of the magic rings allows me to get to that area. So that's my walkthrough of Castle of Jasoom. Hopefully I found every single room there, but if not, that's the best I could do. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care.